What's up, guys? Back again with another weekly analysis. Yeah, last week was a really good week. Um, on the setups, I think we had uh one symbol which did not perform well enough, but we're going to be looking at the usual. So it's DXY, gold, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, and Bitcoin. So as you guys are seeing, I'm just going to zoom out onto the monthly time frame so that you guys can see we are looking at DXY. So DXY has been kind of rejecting this support level on the channel. As you can see, we've been been on an uptrend on the monthly. So now that we are zooming in onto the weekly, you guys can see there's been a 1, 2, 3 touches. This was the final touch in rejecting this support level on the channel. So what I am expecting when I do zoom in right here is that we are seeing a lot of strong bullish momentum with these three candlesticks pushing to the upside. And once we zoom in onto the daily, we are seeing that I think on the daily we're not seeing it as much clear. I think maybe more on the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour, you can be able to see that we are within an uptrend. Price is breaking through. I'll just take my trend line, map out. Kind of like this leverage. We are pushing straight to so I should see something. Yeah, so we are within an uptrend overall. So I'm probably expecting price to come back and then just reject this level as is, and then we get a push straight to the upside. I do put an inner trend line within this zone here because we did see quite a lot of multiple touches here. Price did like break this inner trend line of the trend, so we'll be kind of just waiting and seeing on how things play about. But based on looking at it on the higher time frame, the fact that we rejected on this support level, my anticipation is that we could possibly could reject this level right here and push straight to the upside. This could just be a little slight minor breakthrough, just rejecting this one and pushing straight up to possibly 100.093. So we could be possibly expecting either strong dollar within the week, but we'll see on how things go. So the markets actually opened up with a gap. As you guys can see, there's been a massive gap. And this was due to the fact that Trump did announce that he will be adding, I think, an extra 10% on tariffs on European countries. And also including the UK as well too, because they have been working on stopping him from taking over Greenland. So there's a bit of tension currently now happening within the States and also a lot of other countries which are trying to stop him from his missions in taking over Greenland based on the oil that is seen to be valuable around uh, that part of the world. So I think Nasdaq has just been ranging. I did map out and showing that we could maybe possibly be within kind of like this trend line right here. This is zooming in onto the daily. I'm actually gonna let me zoom out onto. Let me just show in a much bigger top-down analysis so that you guys can be able to see. So on the weekly, You guys can see, there's been candlesticks just ranging between this one. A lot of wicks just coming back, ranging within this level right here. So it's been quite choppy. If you do zoom out onto the monthly, you can be able to see kind of like there are candlesticks that are kind of forming in the sense of maybe a bearish trend. So how things are kind of like looking out, what the candlesticks that I'm seeing right now. Just on the zoom properly so you guys can be able to see. These three candlesticks are kind of like showing us there's like a little slight motion in bullish trend, kind of like pushing to the upside. But my anticipation and thinking, based on experience, I think this candlestick actually could possibly close bearish. So we'll have to kind of wait and see. We do see on the weekly, as I did mention, is that we are ranging within the zone. So we'll have to just wait and see on how that plays about. As you see on the daily, there's been that slight gap that's actually opened up based on the Trump news that came out. So what happened last week was that I did place in a buy position around this level here. Yeah, around this zone actually here, and this trend line was like roughly around here. So I was expecting kind of like a push, if you can see right here. Um, I did take this trade a little too early because I thought I should have actually waited for a candlestick to close above this level in confirmation to price pushing to the upside, but I kind of rushed it, and yeah, prices continue to like drop below and took me out. So I'm going to be just taking a step back and watching on how things play out with Nasdaq. There could be a possibility that we might just come back, close this gap, and then maybe drop down. But we will have to just wait and see on how things play out with this, because I do not like trading really zones. It's very tricky. Especially if they're on a much bigger time frame. It's just very much so hard to really kind of just map out and visualize market structure overall. But I think a really great one that's been performing for me is US30. So US30, as I did mention, as is with I think sometime it was last week I did drop the video, and I did expect that we could possibly be ranging, and we are currently ranging within this level right now. So it's either one or two scenarios here. So now that we've actually kind of completed the whole full range, reason being is because I'm just gonna show you now 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the fifth touches that yet. So there's either one or two situations that could actually play about in the zone right now. Is that we could possibly come back, reject this level here, um, and drop much lower, or we could continuously push to the upside. What I am anticipating is that obviously we kind of do still have to close this gap. So we might maybe see kind of a bit of rejection as is, and price coming through. If we do get a closure above this level, especially I think on a higher time frame, if we just zoom out onto the weekly right now. Also, I think I'm just gonna zoom out. So everything is looking bearish and bullish on Dow Jones. Now, when we zoom in onto the weekly, things are kind of like looking a little bearish because of this candlestick right here. But this candlestick right here is kind of giving me an intention that you could possibly close and break below this support level right here. Because, yeah, It's an indecisive candlestick that's actually given. So we'll have to. It's also tricky with this one because we'll have to wait and see how things close on this weekly candlestick just to actually get in on how things will actually play out moving forward. But yeah, the two things that could possibly happen. So this week we will get either a breakthrough to the downside or the upside, depending on how things actually move in terms of volume. So one of two things could happen is that we just gonna take out my pathway. It could be here, retest, and then a straight drop below, or we could possibly maybe shoot and break this resistance level and create all-time highs moving forward. So we'll have to just kind of wait and see on how this plays out. I think I won't enter any trades today. Also, reason being is that today is a bank holiday. So I will not be changing because there won't be as much volume that I would need and expect through US30 moving the way that, or actually the charts in general moving the way that I'd need them to move. So with gold is currently kind of broken above and created all-time highs. It's also gapped up as well too. I think also this is because of the fundamentals that um were released based on Trump. So yeah, we were ranging within this level. I did mention as is that price could possibly come back and touch this resistant level, which is around here. Saw that happen. Price came through, tapped through. This candlestick um on a bigger time frame. Let's just zoom out on a bigger time frame. This candlestick actually closed below above this level, and then we saw continuation to pushing to the upside. So as you can see, like gold is moving really decently. It's moving properly. Like you can see the market structure overall on how things are actually playing out with gold's higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and then a continuation push to the upside. So what I am possibly could be expecting is that maybe see candlestick closure, just closing this gap and then a straight push to the upside and continuation. So I'll be waiting and seeing on how this plays out, but I will not be entering any trades as is for now, because of the lack in volume on the charts that we won't be experiencing as much as is. Usually when it's a bank holiday, you don't see much movement within the charts overall. So yeah, as is. I did highlight before last week's video. I did highlight that I did take this trade on Bitcoin. As you can see, we did a take profit. So now as is, we have broken this high, created a new high, and we are retesting off of the support level right here. If we zoom out onto the weekly, as you guys can be able to see, we have kind of broken. We can be able to see that these wick rejections were indicating that there was a change in our direction in bullish momentum actually creeping in within the market. So what I am going to be expecting is price could potentially this daily candlestick actually to close above this level. I will only consider this trade until we actually get a closure above this level right here on the daily. And then possibly maybe tomorrow, Wednesday, I'll be able to enter in on this trade. So as you can see, also Bitcoin is giving us really, really solid market structure overall. So this will be my zone in support and then a breakthrough above in my next TP reaching roughly around this one, yeah. Reason why I also have this level marked out based on the gap is because previously before we've seen a lot of rejection around this level where wicks have been tapping into the zone and injecting them. So what I am expecting is that we could possibly tap into this level right here and see how things could actually turn out. So I do have this support level trend line here just to see if we could see if price could reject that level and then drop lower. But with Bitcoin, I would not want to be bearish on the long term, on a long term standpoint of view. So that is going to be kind of just my outlook as a simple, clean, easy in analysis. And yeah, I think that is about it. Let's move on to the fundamentals now. So as is, I was actually going through reading a couple of articles based on Trump and the tariffs that he has kind of just implemented on European countries. So now that we're looking at the fundamentals, so today, as I did mention that today is a bank holiday. Tuesday we're getting no fundamental news. Wednesday we have the World Economic Forum. This is kind of just an annual meeting that's going to be happening in Switzerland, and then Trump is going to be speaking also as well too on that day. Thursday we have core PCE, so that's also big as well too, and the final GDP fundamentals that are going to come out, and then Friday we have flash manufacturing PMI, and service PMI. So for the next, starting from Wednesday, we're going to see kind of a bit of volume, a lot of the volume actually fluctuate and kick in, and we'll be able to get a lot of like moves within some of the symbols that I did share within this video right here. But yeah, if this video was helpful to anybody watching, please do like, um, comment, share, and also subscribe as well too. Um, I will see you on the next video and take care. Thanks for watching.